is in detection of the drug addicts.
Okay.
So that was my aim. That what is their role, and the questionnaire I want to prepare with your help.
Okay, okay, okay. So can you say what is exactly your kind of a research topic?
Sir, to have one village, I will study, sir,
Hmm.
how many families from the village have gone abroad, where they have gone,
Okay,
since which time they have gone, and what
okay.
role they are being played. Sir, for example,
Hmm.
some persons are doing very good work in education.
Okay.
So one is alumni of my educational institution,
Hmm.
and he is playing the role from last 20 years. The
Hmm.
room
Okay. You are not audible, Mr. Gupta. Mr. Gupta, you are not audible.
Some audio,
scholarship for the
some audio,
student too.
with some audio disturbance.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, okay.
now it's clear, sir.
Yes, clear.
No, sir, this type of activity. Sir, recently, one Indian Junior Championship has been, boxing championship has been concluded in Jordan, sir, about 2 days back. So one of the 60 kg girl, Simranjit Kaur, he belongs to a academy from a village, just village
Okay,
academy. Mm.
okay,
So
okay.
about 20 years back, the two brothers from Canada, they started this project, and they have produced many Olympians from that academy. So
Okay.
that's type of work, sir. In one village, there is a sewerage work also. They have spent more than 2.5 crore for the
Okay.
sewerage of the village. So
Okay.
many have given their house or part of their house as the libraries. They have
Mm-hmm.
put books in those rooms and engaged one person for employment generation. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the type they are working doing. Sir, my confusion is to study the village as a whole or to study as a case study. For example, I discussed with you the person who is spending from the last 20 years. He is PhD from Punjab Agriculture University, stayed in USA.
Mm-hmm.
They, every year he is visiting his village, spent about 4 to 5 months, winter months in village, looking
You
after the
can,
child.
if you based on your sample,
Sir,
based on your population, you can go with I guess you can go with the uh, qualitative case study method because
qualitative. Okay. Sir,
I think your population is very limited. Am I
sir,
right?
true,
So
sir.
the population of your study is very limited, means the number is very low.
Sir,
How many? What is your the type of migrated people's number?
sir, in some of the villages, it's average one-fourth of the total village. For example,
No,
uh,
no. You are
s-
studying on who are migrated,
then,
abroad.
sir, those are migrated abroad and working back for their village.
Okay, so how many of them are like that?
Sir, in one village, about if the total number is 1,200, so at least 200 people are abroad. At least.
Oh, in the village,
Yes, sir, it is there.
which state it is?
Punjab.
Oh,
Sir, you can have the figure in the recent held parliamentary elections in the Canada, 22 MPs from Punjab.
oh, it's quite
Lot of
high.
migration.
Then you can go for a quantitative research.
So
You
that
go
seems to be
for a
better. That seems to be better.
random sampling method, probability sampling.
Okay.
Select
Sir,
few.
right. Sir, one more clarification, rather
Hmm.
4 or 5 clarifications, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, some people, most of the people have gone into USA and Canada,
Okay.
but recently to Australia and New Zealand, and
Okay.
many to European countries also. So
Okay.
we can, if we select total number is 200, if we
Okay.
select that only out of 200, only 25 are engaged in the philanthropic activities.
Okay.
So
You can select all. You can
all
take
of
all
them,
25.
all 25.
All
That's
25.
my.
Yeah,
I'll
then
try.
you have to prepare a criteria-based sampling. Okay, criterion-based sampling or purposive sampling.
Right,
Uh,
sir.
okay, it is called a criterion-based sampling, or it is also called as purposive sampling. You have to put a criteria to why you are selecting a particular person to be your sample. Okay, you have
Right,
to
sir.
mention the person should settled in abroad,
Sir.
married in a abroad person, and
Sir.
it should be involved in philanthropic attitudes. So out of
Okay.
200 who are all matching this criteria will be taken for your study. So there are
Very good.
200 people migrated, but
Sir. Sir.
that only you are taking the people
Engaged in such activities.
who are married there itself to
Sir.
a person of that country.
Very true, sir.
Okay, so you out of 200 you have certain criteria to get a person to be your sample.
Very true, sir. Sir, secondly, how was the time period
Uh,
about last 10 years, 15 years, which time I should
that
take?
also your criteria.
That's also my criteria, sir.
That also you should write it in your sampling technique.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I will select out of 25, I will select out of 200 those who have experience working abroad 1 to 5 years and 6 to 10 years and
Sir.
10 to 15 years. So the contribution of them, it varies, right?
Sir.
There may be a different type of contribution
Mhm.
for each person. So you can write, you have to take all the variation of the population
Sir.
into your study. That and all you bring it into criteria.
Right, sir. Sir, my second objective was what is the driving force regarding their philanthropic activities?
Okay, okay.
How to have that information?
That
My-
you
my-
have to go for a case study. Open the question,
Open question,
open-ended question, because
right,
it differs, right?
sir.
So you ask how many years you are involving in philanthropic attitudes, okay? And
Sir,
what is your contribution? What is your how much you contributed?
sir,
Okay. In terms of monetary, in terms of kind, some might have contributed kind of for schools like benches or something like that. They won't give money, but they contribute as kinds,
sir.
right? Some technological items or something like that. So you first account what they have contributed, then ask open-ended question stating
Open-ended question,
what
sir.
made you to contribute this? What is your inner feelings? What makes? Then they will say that I want to give back to my society. I
Sir,
want to give back to the place where I have grown. So some kind of narration they will give. Record all those narration.
right, sir.
Do a
Right,
content analysis.
right,
So out of 25, after getting the data of why their contribution, what made them to contribute, then you
sir.
have a content analysis. You have some themes under that. So in that
Right.
theme, bring what their all 25 have said.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, are
Okay,
you
okay, sir.
done?
It's clear, sir. It's okay.
Okay.
It's clear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, please.
Yeah, sure. It's my pleasure. What about Mr. Vinod? Can you speak? Vinod Subramanian.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr.
Right. So the project, so there are a couple of project ideas that I've been contemplating. I have not decided on one, but I can give you some of the like 2 to 3 items that I've prioritized and
Okay.
definitely would need some guidance in terms of where to focus. But in terms of themes or areas, what I wanted to focus is around technology professionals in the from a migration perspective, and more looking at from a Bangalore standpoint and different impacts. Right. So that's the high level
Are from
theme.
Bangalore?
Sorry.
Are you from Bangalore?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
So
please.
yeah. So that's the larger theme that I have in mind. So
Okay.
the first idea around it is about the impact of the AI and automation and some of the forced migration that could happen for the people
Yeah.
working in technology. So that's one area where we wanted to kind of look at what are the different impacts, different government policies, what are some of the social security or different other impacts that could happen, right? So
yeah,
that's one sort of idea or sub idea that I have in mind in terms of the same IT technology professionals as a larger theme.
yeah,
The second sort of a theme under that is want to look at in terms of the return migrants, especially in technology field where they have been working in US or elsewhere, and now they are returning to Bangalore, either taking up some roles in the global capability centers of MNCs, or they are starting some entrepreneurial ventures. So, what does that looks like in terms of their contribution, learning, and in terms of their relocation experience, and are they able to really embed themselves with the community and the starking difference that they have seen from say Silicon Valley to like in Bangalore? So
mm,
that's another sort of a theme that I have in mind. Um, the third one is about the return migration intentions and factors of the tech people based in Bangalore to their own local, I mean, from where they have come from, right? So, like to their hometowns or things like that. Like in terms of, do they really want to stay in Bangalore, or are there any factors that it is being forcing them to think about going back to their own natives, or like move out of Bangalore, or are they feeling they belong here?
yeah,
So that's more about people have come from different parts of the country here, and they have been working in tech, and now probably people are, for various reasons, they might want to move back to their own places, or maybe somewhere else, but just wanted
yeah,
to understand the reasons and what are the nudges for that, and how can we really arrive at if it's a drastic move or only few people who are making those decisions, things like that. So that is something that wanted to learn from that particular topic. The last topic that I thought about is in terms of the mental health, sleep, and
yeah,
well-being of technology professionals, especially in I mean, even Bangalore could be a sample, but it can be extended to Hyderabad or other technology corridors that we have. But in terms of really understanding what is happening on that space, and depends upon their work schedules, different, they're kind of separated from family or the extended family, and like they don't get enough support, in terms of taking care of children and stuff like that. So how are they managing all of this, and how that is impacting their sleep cycles, mental health, and things like that? So the repercussions from it, that's another topic that I've thought about. So these are like 3-4 larger topics that I've thought so far. Need some help in terms of which would be more impactful and where we can go deeper.
yeah. I am much interested when you say on mental health and all those things.
Okay.
And second topics that is return migrant and starting entrepreneurship. That also, from my point, I can suggest. But I'm much concerned about Mr. Vinod Subramanian on how you built the methodology, right?
Mm,
So that should be more scientific. Your topics are very nice, but on your interest, you can choose anything because all 5 topics are more relevant and it is hammer on the name. So
mm,
you can go ahead with topic you choose, but much concern. If at all you are taking the second topic of
mm,
your return migrants and starting entrepreneurship, so
mm,
how you are going to build the methodology
mm, mm,
to
mm,
collect
mm.
data? That
Yeah,
have to be
yeah,
more clear.
yeah. I mean, and in some cases we have, like, for example, the folks who have um, come back and have started, right, in terms of entrepreneurship, there are some public data in terms of secondary research, there are some, but you won't get a good sample, but
Okay.
whatever is reported
So
in media.
how you will track the data that you know these many people are return migrants started
Yeah,
entrepreneurship or something
yeah,
like that.
one source is LinkedIn, sir, where
Oh,
we can look at the career journey and know the locations
okay.
there, and
Yeah.
what the shift has been. So that gives data in terms of whether they have moved from like another country and came back or things like that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You have then a strong methodology. So you for tracking from that, you go for a kind of purposive sampling method because your population is not finite. That means
Mm,
it's infinite. Okay, we don't know what is the population, right? How many have returned migrant to Bangalore and started entrepreneurship? So you go with the kind of non-probability sampling method, take any non-probability sampling method and go for a snowball technique. Means that you get one entrepreneur from LinkedIn stating that he has returned migrant and started entrepreneurship. From him or her, you can get another link from a verbal reference sometimes, or you can rely on the LinkedIn. Anything you can be sourceable, but since it is a very much limited numbers, probably you can go for a non-probability sampling method. So because the research areas that you have given, it's highly valid, so that you have to make more scientific of your research. Okay, because it gives a lot of kind of now India moves to Vikshit Bharat and a lot of programs which highly stress upon the economic contribution and inclusion. And you can also, particularly if it is possible, go on women return migrant. So more specific in it, even though your sample is going to be very much limited, but the data you drive from where it will be more valid, because you also go through the government programs or the avenues where they rely on the foreign contribution or the diaspora communities, something like that, and link your study based on it.
Right. So, in fact, I had a different topic itself in terms of focusing on women in tech and some of the challenges, but I kind of took it out because I don't know whether me doing that will be of help and people will be able to willing to share that.
Yeah.
Right. So those challenges I was foreseeing, so I intentionally took that topic off. But in this, with regards to the return migrants, if we can, I mean, what you said is right. If we can get a small sample, even from women return migrants, and what they have accomplished or what their journey has been, that aspect could be covered within this.
Yeah, absolutely okay, Mr. Vinod Subramanian. You can build a methodology, then it's fine. You can go ahead. Very good. I really appreciate all three those who are present. You have given your idea, but it's three of you has put a lot of thought process into it. That's what I see, observe while you discuss. Then who is the next one? Mr. Dominicus.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vinod. I think you have done. You want to say anything? That's all right. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Dominicus.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Oh,
Yeah,
good
please.
evening now.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, my topic is Mozambican migration and diaspora in Portugal.
Okay.
Challenges and properties.
Okay.
So I choose Portugal because it's the country where we have many Mozambican. According to the World Bank, more than 36,000 Mozambican are living there.
Okay.
So Mozambican migration and diaspora in Portugal have a history that reflects the historical, political, and economical relation between the two countries. Portugal, as we know, is the colonizer of Mozambique until its independence in 1975.
Okay.
So now many Mozambicans is moving to Portugal for many reasons, like for work, for studying, for medical treatment. So we have also those who went there because of the exploitation and that time of the empires, Portugal empires in Mozambique.
Okay.
So that's why I chose this topic. So my general objective will be to examine migration patterns of Mozambican diasporas in Portugal. And I will discuss in the specific objective to identify the key obstacles faced by Mozambican migrants accessing to healthcare service and education, to document the migration experience of Mozambican women in Portugal, to examine the role of remittance of Mozambican live in Portugal, and also to examine about the employment and the network of diasporas community in Portugal from Mozambique also. So I have here two iPods. I mean, I will do my research will be qualitative and quantitative both, because I will take inquiry of some sample of people there. So the first hypothesis is there is a statistical significance relationship between the level of socio-economic integration of Mozambican migrants in Portugal and their access of education, employment, and the legal status. This will be the first hypothesis. And second hypothesis will be Mozambican migrants in Portugal perceive their integration as changed by systematic barriers such as racial discrimination and the limited institutional support.
Okay.
Yes. And about my methodology, I will use three methodology. First one will be research methodology. Second one will be data collection, and third one will be data analysis.
Okay, these are chapters. It's not a methodology. It's all
Yes,
chapters.
yeah, this will be
Various chapters. How you collect data, what type of design you have, and how you analyze the data, that should be described in methodology part of the various chapters. So the methodology, okay, I will also in a concluding remark, I'll tell you in each chapter how you have to go about. But Mr. Domicus, would you please tell me what you told the two hypotheses? Okay. What are that two hypotheses? Can you say those two hypotheses?
Yes, first one is to see the status of the relationship between the socio-economical integration of migrants, Mozambican migrants in Portugal.
Okay. Social integration of migrant with what? Political situation.
Integration of Mozambican migrants in Portugal.
Okay, okay. In Portugal.
Yes. Yes, in Portugal, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes. It will
What
be the
two variables is required? Okay, okay. And what is the next hypothesis?
sorry?
You told two hypotheses.
Yes.
What is the next one?
Second one is Mozambican migrants in Portugal perceive their integration as challenged by systematic barriers such as racial discrimination and limited institutional support.
Okay. Right. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Anything?
So so about this, I'm working with the embassy there in Portugal, our embassy, Mozambican embassy, to get more information about the diaspora people there. We have three communities of Mozambican people living there.
Okay.
And I will talk for the chief of these communities and send them my inquiries. And also the embassy will send me the information about the documents, how many are there, and I will compare this with the data that I collect from the World Bank, and also in the Minister of Minister of Affairs in Mozambique. I will ask them also to send some information. I contact them first time, so they are saying that they don't have information about remittances. They don't know how many people are sending, or they don't have any data. Yeah. So this is my first issues in this in this research. They don't have this systematic information that how many people are sending remittances to Mozambique for the year, and how this contribution for the GDP. Yes, I don't have this information. And the second thing is about the community there in Portugal. As I know, many of them don't go to the embassy to get registration.
Okay.
where we can have the information also about them, where they are living, what job they are doing there also. This also will be my tough job to find them and to discuss for them, to take more information to them. That is my brief information, sir.
Very good, very good. Nicely put up. All right. So all four of you have the idea or the research areas that you are going to focus on. Okay. So all the areas that you have said is you have clear idea as far as my concern on what you are going to study. Okay. Now it has various chapters. Okay. Just I will you might have referred to the IGNO material, or you might have discussed with your friends or someone who has already done. But from my part, I just help you how your project should be submitted. These are 5 chapters should be there in any kind of projects, like introduction, review of literature, methodology, analysis, and interpretation and discussion. Analysis, interpretation, discussion. Okay. So these are the 5 chapters that you have to deal when you are conducting the research. Now you are much clear on 60 to 70%. We are clear on the research problem that we are going to study. So based on that, you should now work on the introduction part of the research. Okay. You have to build the introduction in such a way that whatever the concepts that are there in your research problem, that means your title of the research, all should be clearly uh, chapterized in under introduction. Okay. If it is migrant, or who is migrant, probably you know that the world knows, but you have to mention everything. Who is migrant? Why this study? If Mr. Vinod is going to do on return migrants on entrepreneurship, then who is migrant? Who is return migrant? And what is entrepreneurship? And why the return migrant will involve in entrepreneurship? All these things to be built in the introduction part. Okay. And wherever you are copying up or taking the content from others' resources or others' contribution, you should cite it properly. That means you should mention their name according to certain APA format or something like that after you are telling a particular thing, because uh, plagiarism should be avoided. Plagiarism, in a sense, you should not steal others' idea or opinion, and you should properly cite them that you have taken from there. And then there's not a plagiarism. Second, the review of literature part, that on your study, if it is agriculture or philanthropic attitude, so you should take a study on previous what I've done, and you have to put it all those things, and you have to identify the research gap. Research gap is nothing but what is not till discovered. Probably philanthropic attitudes might have not studied much, even if it is studied not in your part. That and all you have to mention in the review of literature, that this is the research gap I have identified. This type of methodology, even they have done on a philanthropic attitude, more of quantitative in nature, but this is a qualitative in nature. So there is a methodological gap. So I'm going to do a case study, in-depth interview with the respondent. So these all must be mentioned in the review of literature part. Then you are moving towards uh, a kind of a methodology, right? Methodology, you should have the significance of the research. What is the main significance of the research your research is going to contribute? So that is very importantly mentioned in the very beginning of the methodology. And aim of the research. The aim should be one. Okay, objectives may be several. So aim of the research. Okay. And objectives. Then you have to bring out the population. You have to bring out the sampling. What is the sampling technique you are going to administer? Uh, what tool you are going to use, tools of data collection, analysis of data. So everything should be clearly mentioned, and inclusion and exclusion criteria. All right, what is inclusion exclusion criteria? You, for example, Sanjeev Kumar's study, or I think corporate, who are doing on philanthropic attitude, behavior of the migrants. So you do there that this you take only the philanthropic attitude. This these are excluded. Okay, so what are the philanthropic attitudes are included in your study? That you have to mention. Exclusion criteria, those to be mentioned, and analysis and limitation of the study. Right. So that those things are clearly mentioned in the methodological part. When it comes to analysis and interpretation, you have analyzed the data, you have test the hypothesis, you have to clearly say what are the things or disproved or proved and major findings, and you have to clearly narrate everything with a tabular or column or a representation, pictorial representation. Everything has to be done in the data analysis and interpretation of the data, right? Then you go for a discussion and conclusion. You discuss the major findings and the suggestion and conclusion you provide in the final chapters of the research. Then this is the 5 chapters of the research. So after that, you have to annexure everything. When you say annexure, you should say your informed consent, your mm, tools of data collections copy. Okay, what tool you have used. If it is published, if you have published somewhere, that has to be attached. If you have presented that paper somewhere, that has to be attached. So this is the format. This is the thing you have to document it. So how we are going to prepare is that I suggest you till introduction and review of literature, you finish it. Okay, and also you have to seek the academic counselors, right? For there, you have to get the guide to guide your research, right? And those who are not finished, and seek the guide for to submit it well ahead and finish it. As I have told earlier, many students will clear the all the theoretical paper and keep their projects pending, and it will be very very hectic for them to finish it that on time. Okay, so because of that, you will not get the certificate and all those things for the benefit of your academic growth or your career growth. So what I suggest, do one by one chapter and finish it soon, so that you can clear your course very clear your course on time. So this is my suggestions. Most of you, I think 4 of you have joined, and 4 of you have a clear idea that first of all, I appreciate you, and I really congratulate you that you have clear idea and you have put some effort on to it, and keep continuing. And this is my suggestions, and work on methodology, work on the chapters and everything one by one. Don't think you can do it all together. Okay, that will be very difficult for time. And I know few of my what to say, my in a career way friends who do some courses, and they will hold the certificates, or the finishing the courses will be held, will not they couldn't process it because of this project and all those things. So uh, this is what my concern is all about. You slowly start doing the things on time. Okay, so any other further clarification?
Sir, sir,
uh,
sir, from where we can get guides, sir? Any
where we can get?
guide? Guide from where we can get a guide. So for giving guidance to us as to how to go through
See, you if you go through your academic this project, you have a separate book.
Yes.
Okay, that separate book will have the eligibility criteria for the person to be an academic counselor or research guide for your research. Okay, those who have taken the session now for you this course,
Yes.
all can be the guide. I think so. All can be the guide because we are all recognized academic counselors for this course. So we are all eligible to guide you.
Sir.
Okay. So in that manner, you approach your study center,
Sir.
not study center or regional centers to get the guide. Okay.
Sir.
Through them, you approach. Okay.
Sir.
There is a separate kind of single sheet format. Okay.
Sir.
Which you sign and send it to your guide, and guide will sign after seeing your research proposals that we are accepting. For example, if you are sending to me, I accept Sanjeev to be my student. Then I'll sign and give. After that, you proceed your all your projects, and you have to send the projects again to me. And in between, we need to have a discussion, lot of discussion
Yes.
towards how to go about the research. And after that, I will sign in your research report and everything and proceed to you.
Sir.
So this is the procedure, I hope. But you approach your regional or study center for that concern, because that book will guide you to whom you have to approach and how it has to go through.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to add one point here, sir. Actually, sir, the different groups have been formed by Dr. Sada, sir. Like Gurpreet and Domingos might be a different group, and in my group there are several other people. So, what is the worrying factor is we are not interacting, sir. Interacting with anyone, sir. Actually, so
With
if at all we want to have any guidance, we are bothering only Dr. Sada, sir. No other person from my group is replying to my queries, or they are not even raising any question on the group also. Maybe there might be some inhibition. It's okay. Some lady members, they will not discuss in the group that freely. But even I find that even that male students, they are not coming forward to share anything. They don't put any advice. In my group, one Mr. Kunal Vankata is there. He did some research on Poland people in Maharashtra.
Okay.
His paper was published in Polish Poland, actually. So first year itself, he did that project, sir. He was having good idea. But unfortunately, we didn't get any, guidance from him or from any other members in the group, sir. This is lacking in probably in other groups also, I don't know. But for somehow people are not coming forward to share their knowledge or to clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's lacking.
Okay. That is not an issue. That is something the personal your personality of each person will differ. Okay.
Yes.
Not to say that they are helpful. When we get support, we enjoy. When we don't get support, we should not regret much. That is a part. But you don't much worry about that. You just have self guidance. Okay. If you read a lot of article, you get an idea how to go about research and everything. It's not a much bothering issue. But if you have a good aptitude on research, you can complete it well. So don't worry much on that. Okay. So better you go through the booklet of the research project, get the guidance from your regionals or the center where you are attached. So they definitely are helpful to you. And you get a guide and finish it. What I am telling, my concern is finish the project as soon as possible, because theory you can write and clear it. Okay, there is not a much deal. But here you should have a lot of, you have to attend Viva and all those things are there. So finish it.
So do I need to resubmit again with all these technical issues?
Which technical issue?
I mean that guide part is not there in my case, actually. Like I don't have any guide.
Which guide? Research guide?
Yes.
Research guide, we are eligible for to be the research guide.
Yes.
Okay. That you have to approach your regional center. Research guide is not something you can get a guide from your co-learners. Research guide should be the faculty.
Okay.
The professors in the college who are recognized by IGNOU.
Okay.
Okay. I know how you are. I don't know how you understood about the research guide. Research guide is the one who is should be a faculty, the
Sir.
professors. Okay, you among yourself cannot be the research guide.
Yes.
Okay. For that, you have to approach your regional center. Through them, you have to approach their academic counselors or anyone to be your guide. So better you read the project booklet. It will
Sir.
tell. It will. There will be a particular area where it will give the eligibility for a person to guide you,
Sir.
to be an academic, to be a research guide. If anyone matches with that, you approach them and get right to them to be their your guide.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So thank you so much, sir. Sir, on behalf of the class, our sincere thanks to you. Please accept our gratitude. You
Yeah, accept.
very clearly gives us with examples and in detail we studied. This was a new fact for us, and now it's somewhat clear to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Gurupreth, for your grateful words and appraising.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Dominicus, I'll
Yes,
come
I
to your
have
country
to.
once.
Yes, yeah, oh, you are welcome.
We
So I
have
have a,
one student from one of the African countries now, Mr.
oh,
Chimmy, or I don't know, it's Mr. Chimmy. His name is Mr. Chimmy.
okay.
He is from I don't know, one of the African countries. I forgot. He joined us with the rural camp. He enjoyed a nice
Oh,
person. So
oh,
thank you. Yeah, Dominicus, please tell me.
thank you. That's good. So about the methodology, I didn't get you when I was saying that I will use data collection and review of literature. You said something I didn't get.
Yeah, in methodology, you should clearly uh, mention the significance of your research, the
Okay.
aim of the research, the objective of your research, your hypothesis or research questions, and you have to write about what is the population, what is your universe, what is your universe or population and your sample, and how you are arriving the sampling technique, whether you are using non-probability or probability, and how you are going to analyze the data.
Oh, okay.
Okay, these are
Okay.
should be mentioned in the methodology.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
clear now. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Can we end now? Thank you very much for joining
Yes, thank you.
and sharing. Okay, this is our last class. Thank you very mu2 much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Mr. Vinod. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.